Hi guys. What's up? Look at my hair right now. This looks terrible. Good morning guys. As you can see, the sun is out, which means that I'm not in New York right now. Yeah, I'm in California. My dad's actually getting married, so I decided to come back a little bit early. The last few weeks in the city were kind of a little bit rough for me, just mentally again. Hello. I always have a lot of things I want to talk to like my parents, especially whenever I come home, catch up with them, but for some reason I just really push it off until the last minute, and then by the last minute comes, I just don't even want to bring it up anymore because I'm like, you know what, I'm fine now. So then I go back to the city and then I realize I get sad again. Then I realize I need to bring it up to my parents, and then I don't ever bring it up to my parents. So this time home, I've been spending a lot of my time with my parents. I landed on Wednesday night. Gabby picked me up from the airport, which picking someone up from the airport, especially LAX, where you benefit 0%. You're all about losses on that one. And they still do it. That's a love language. Thanks, Gabby. I love you. What did I do the next day? What did I do the next day? The next day we went to San Diego. If you guys don't know, when I'm older, I want to live in San Diego. And it was her first time in San Diego, so that was really fun. I'm at my mom's house right now. So this used to be my brother's room. Both my brother's room. That's why there's a mattress right here, because my older brother would sleep on this, I think. My little brother would sleep on this. I don't really know. My little brother's now at college. This is a lot of life updates, I think, that I don't know, I've been doing a lot of thinking. That's all I've been wanting. My goal for this time being home in California was to just like relearn things about myself and revisit things that I love, because I think in the past year, a lot of things I just don't know if I enjoy them anymore, which a lot of them we can talk about. But I mean, as you grow up, it's normal for you to change your hobbies. It's normal for you to grow up and change friends. It's normal for you to do all these things. And I don't know, I hate so many aspects of social media nowadays that it makes me really not want to go on it or be a part of it, but it's really hard to do that. I love social media for the reason that I grew up starting it, and I started social media because I always loved to talk to my camera, and I always loved to just talk to myself. And here's my dog. I don't know if you can see him. Rue, come on. Rue, come in a little bit more. Rue, come in a little bit more. Come in a little bit more. Come in yeah! Like this. This is what I used to do, and I used to talk to my camera like this. I'm just gonna post for myself. That's why I started posting, and to capture all these memories that I would have that I could look back on, which is why I was so happy during, I put a lot of foundation on my face. That's why I was so happy during COVID quarantine. I could look back on my videos from high school because I missed my high school friends so much. So it was like my high school friends and I were still hanging out, and that's why I loved YouTube. And now I can watch my life in videos and clips. But what I don't like is having to create something for people to watch almost. Like, I don't know, like I don't even know what I want to do either, which is really hard. And it's all these different things in my brain right now. And I also am gonna go see a doctor because I definitely have ADHD, and I am finally gonna get medicated for it, because I know a lot of people fear medication. I've never been like someone who's scared of medication. I just am scared of what I'm gonna be like how much I'm gonna change once I'm on medication, because now I know there's a lot of things that medication would really help me in, like the fact that I start a lot of things and I just don't finish them because I change my mind about them, or I just lose passion altogether. Like, I've lost passion altogether random times, and I don't even know why, because it's not like I hate them, I just don't feel it for them. I blame seasonal depression for a lot of it. When it's gloomy out, I didn't realize how much the weather affected me, but like when it's gloomy out, I really don't want to do anything all day. Like, nothing can be wrong. I could wake up and immediately hate my life for some reason, and I just don't. I mean, I get it, it's seasonal depression. I'm tired of that. So I feel like there's also maybe a few other things that I could go ask my doctor about. Like, for example, I fell down the stairs 3 times in the past month, and I think that could probably be checked out in a physical exam. I have not been to the doctors in a few years. Last time I went to the doctors, I think it was my 18th birthday. No, it was like urgent care for something, but like not a doctor checkup. Like, that's been a hot sec. Social media nowadays puts a lot of pressure on us to just like be so much more above what we're supposed to be, because that's what we're taught almost through social media. But I've been thinking a lot. I really do enjoy still doing things like this right now, when I'm sitting down just talking, maybe I'm like probably not even gonna post it, but this right now, I enjoy doing this. This is such a fun thing for me to do. But when I'm like stressed and thinking of, oh my god, no one's gonna care to listen to this, like, why does it even matter? Maybe no one cares, but if I have something I want to say and I want to share it, why not? I'm not doing it for the intent of other people listening. That's what I need to start doing more with social media, because that's what took away, I think, a lot of my passion. I've been on social media for over 4 years now, so I've kind of grown up on this internet. A lot of times it's hard. I don't think it's normal for anybody to have a lot of opinions and a lot of voices on their lives, because it can become really mentally draining. Opinions on everything they do, or the way they look, or the way they talk, or things like that. Like, it's a lot for someone to handle, especially when I've been struggling with recovery and things like that. Being on social media, I honestly do think has made recovery so much harder, because it's led me into so many cycles of binging and restricting. I've struggled still to have a healthy relationship with working out and the gym, and with eating healthy, and with eating in general. And I'm just like, why? Because I've done what I was terrified of. I did what I was literally freaking scared of before I started recovery, which was just gaining weight. Gaining weight terrified me because I used to be overweight when I was in middle school. I thought always of the way that people treated me in high school, or not in high school, in middle school, where I was just like the accessory to the best friend, or like I was just there. I was never like important. Like nobody cared about me because they didn't think I was pretty, and that's the way I felt. And that's why I was always scared of the way other people would see me, and that's where a lot of my eating disorder stemmed from, is I was scared of the way people would see me, especially being online and trying to go through recovery online and getting comments like you're gaining weight or your thighs are growing and stuff like that. Like that is so hard to receive while you're recovering. And I also want to talk about how hard it was to go through recovery for two different things. Like recovery for an eating disorder when it comes to restricting versus when it comes to binging for me was really different, because I was in eating disorder recovery for 2-3 years maybe with anorexia. All the things that my therapist and all the things that my nutritionist would tell me in that time suddenly did not make sense to me anymore. At the end of the day, I'd binge because I'd be like, well, I didn't have my breakfast, like all those things, and it'd just be a cycle of just constant binging. And I was really embarrassed to talk about it for the longest time. I'd never even brought it. I didn't even think I'd bring it up right now. Wow, this is this is really good for me right now. I was really embarrassed of binging for the longest time, and it's terrible because I hate the way that people can treat two different people who struggle from the same issues so differently because of the way the issues change them physically. Some people could struggle with binging, some people could struggle with restricting, but the fact is people take people who struggle with restricting a lot more seriously, and I don't get it. It's both mental. Like it's both so mental. Since it started back last year, I don't think I've ever really opened up to anybody except Eric about it. I don't really think I've talked to anybody about this, not even my parents, just because I don't know how to explain it. Because it also comes in waves. So it becomes easier sometimes, it becomes harder sometimes. But that's why it becomes hard for me to show myself on camera a lot. I don't even want to. A lot of the times I feel ugly. Like, I don't want to be on camera. Like I look ugly today, or like I just binged last night, so like my face is puffy or things like that. My body's puffy. And then it really started to take a toll on everything that had to do with my love for making YouTube videos. Also, I want to talk about how a lot of my values also changed. When I started YouTube, I did a lot of like fashion clothing videos, but I don't believe in that anymore. You know what I mean? Like I grew up, I don't believe in overconsumption of clothes. Nobody needs that much clothes. Nobody needs that. All I do is thrift, and I don't thrift often because I already have enough. Like I don't have a need to even buy anymore, so I don't do hauls or things like that. It's really not about that. I've come to kind of, in this past week, I want to have simplicity. I don't want everything to be so complicated, and I don't want to have a lot of stress. Like I really do enjoy the simple things in life. That's what I really do like. I've always loved the small things. Like you guys know this. I always say for Christmas just get me a card, or for my birthday just write me a card. I literally don't care if you get me flowers off the side of the road that you found. I just love the thought that you did that for me. I'm a very meaningful, very simple person. Maybe I've just complicated my world too much. Being in the city, trust me, I love being in the city. It does get stressful sometimes, it does get overwhelming sometimes, I do feel alone sometimes, and I do acknowledge that, but it's important to know that it's not me all the time, and it doesn't have to be me all the time. That's not who I am. I don't like the fancy stuff. Like that's not what New York is to me. New York to me is the small businesses there, it's the Asian families in Chinatown every morning. Like that's what New York is to me. It's those little small things. I love the humanity in New York. That's what I really want to focus on this year. I want to really take time to just be alone, really. I was writing a lot on my public Finsta last night about this because I've been really MIA everywhere, like on any social media. I always used to believe that I loved living my life in quiet and I loved moving in silence, and I still do believe that I love keeping memories just for myself, and I love doing things just for myself when no one else has to know, and I love not having to show off, and I love just, you know, one day you can look back and see everything I achieved for myself and I didn't have to do it for anyone else but myself. But I feel like recently, especially over the past year, I do things for other people still. Like I want people to know like I'm doing this right now. Like I want people to know I have friends now. Like I want people to know all these things. But why can't I just have all these things? Why can't I just keep them for myself? Why can't I keep this sunset to myself? Why can't I keep this song to myself? Why can't I keep this book to myself? Sharing what I want, doing what I want, and putting out what I really want. So on TikTok, Instagram Reels, I've recently been trying to start using my journal entries as audio, a script almost, putting some clips over it, like B-roll I get in the city or wherever I am. That's what I like. That's what I like to do, is I like to reach people and I like to give them a little message for the day that maybe could make their day or could change their day or help their day. Being home right now is perfect for me. I'm not moving back here, but my dad really wants me to move with him to San Diego because you guys know my dad's my best friend. Like my dad and I are like besties until the day we die. And so he really wants me to move with him to San Diego. I'm like, Dad, I'm sorry, but that's not gonna happen. I'm basically bi-coastal at this point, so I promise you I'll be there probably. at some point this year. Oh my gosh, so I read this book the other day, which apparently it's a popular book and I had no idea, but it's called Tuesdays with Maury. This, I'm not even kidding, I ugly sobbed my eyeballs out for so long. I think this book has the most important lessons on life and loving, and I think everyone should read this book, and I wish everyone could read this book, and I wish that it was just like the law of this world, because I think our world would be so much better. I don't know if I've talked about it on YouTube, but I used to go to the gym like so much. I used to lift 6 to 7 times a week because I went to Equinox, and I felt like I couldn't take a rest day, because if I took a rest day I'd be wasting money, and that place was already so freaking expensive that I just couldn't do that. Especially with all the binging I was dealing with, I started to have a really toxic relationship with working out. It got really bad for me. Since then, I had not gone to the gym, and all I do now is I go for runs or I go for walks, random stuff like that. Also, I've been knowing that I have a stain on this sweatshirt. I just don't know what to do about it because I packed poorly for this trip. I'm hungry. We should go get food after this or something. Do you guys want to go get food? I want to go get food. Do you guys want to get Blue Bowl like old times? I'm down if you're down. I'm down if you're down. Guys, I've had a new updated makeup routine. Sometimes I'll add fake freckles on right now, but I've been recently liking just a little bit of eyeliner. Just like a little bit. But I've also been going through like a lot of, I don't know, I don't regret leaving UCSB. I don't wish I was at UCSB, but I do wish that I might have transferred to a different college or something, because I feel like I'm missing out on a lot of the youth that I'm supposed to be, but I also don't really, I don't find a joy in partying or anything like that. I want to live differently this year. That looks bad. I'm so sad that the first time I'm showing you guys I do eyeliner, it's terrible. So I'm not even gonna show you a close-up. Yeah, but I've been spending a lot of time with my parents this time home, and I'm so happy because I miss them so much. And every time I am like in the city, I feel a little bit guilty in a way. My parents are here and they're growing old while I'm away and I'm not here for that part. That's why I'm trying to be here for them. Oh yeah, back to the gym. This is how you know I have ADHD. I hadn't gone in so long. I brought my gym clothes here because I was like, maybe I can relearn how to love lifting, because I used to love lifting. 2 nights ago, I was on TikTok, and I'll put her TikTok right here, but I came across her TikTok and I loved the way she saw lifting. Like, it looked so fun again. While I have this feeling, let's go explore it. Dad, can we go lift? So then last night we decided to go and we hit upper body, and I cannot feel my upper body right now. It is so painful. But I had so much fun working out with my dad. Like, we had the most lit time, and that's what I miss, and having that mindset. And so I've been just really working a lot on my mindset about everything and training my mind almost. I think this is the final makeup look. I just have to curl my eyelashes, but it's pretty basic. We got the glowy sun here anyways, so whatever. I'm back to having natural eyelashes. After having eyelash extensions for a year, my eyelashes literally were like half the length they are now, which is so sad to say because they're not even long right now. Like, this is after a curl, a primer, mascara, a curl, primer, a curl, mascara, a curl. Like, this is after all that. My natural lashes used to be like literally half the length of this. Lash extensions I cannot get anymore because I'm trying to take care of myself.
Then we got Blue Bowl and we had a whole day and it was a lot of fun and we talked a lot more, but I ran out of time in this video, so subscribe so you make sure to not miss this one. It's a great loving one.